What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today I want to talk with you about what is forgiveness and how do we forgive to other people and to ourselves. So it all started when I started seeing this guy who is not a psychologist, but he's, kind of a mentor. And this is a lesson he taught me. I just came out of a relationship, a pretty, not too long, but I'd say 8-month relationship. And my partner, my ex, she did something that made me end the relationship. And this guy told me, bottom line, he told me to let her go, It was more deep than that, but just for the sake of the video, he told me to let her go. And then, as an extension of that, I asked him a question. Then I asked him, when do you forgive someone? So when do you accept someone back after they did something to you? When do you forgive? I hope the camera is not gonna fall, but when do you forgive? And then he told me, in these words, he told me, you are stupid because you don't even know what forgiveness is. And I asked him, okay, then let's define what forgiveness is. And this is what I want to talk with you about today, because it impacted me so much that I had to share what he told me. He told me the follows. Forgiveness is as follows. Let's just, for the sake of this video, call my ex Mary. Okay, Mary. So forgiveness is as follows. You come to her and you say, Mary, I forgive about everything that I have within myself that made you do this thing to me. I'll say it again. I forgive about everything that I have within me that made you do this thing to me. And therefore you take responsibility only for what is in your actions. Because in the beginning I told him, yeah, but when do you forgive? And in my eyes, forgiveness is forgiving someone for what they did to you. But he told me, who are you to forgive someone else? Are you God? Because God can only forgive someone else for his actions. You cannot forgive someone else for their action. It's not from your responsibility umbrella, But what you can forgive is the fact that you were there when they did that thing to you. For what they did, they need to take their own responsibility for what they did and go to therapy or whatever and look inwards and locate within them what made them do that to other person. But you cannot forgive them about it because it's not part of your responsibility. You can only forgive yourself and work on yourself. Therefore, you take responsibility on the fact that you were there when it happened and you were the person that it was happened to, right? And then you need to start asking yourself, how did I come to this situation? And when she did that to me, it doesn't matter what it is at the moment, but it was really impactful, but I'm not the kind of guy who gets mad. And sometimes I should get mad, but I just told her I think something happened now that we need to stop it. And after the conversation with this guy, I understand that I need to find within myself what led to that. And I wasn't mad at her. I'm not mad at her now even. I understand that we are all humans and we all have flaws, but it just wasn't for me, you know, this kind of reaction. But to go and blame? Nah. You see, I have a lot of friends that they date women and they say, oh, it's her fault, she's a bitch, she's that. It's her fault. And I tell them it doesn't matter how many women you're dating with, because you're gonna get the same shit in a different rep. And by shit I don't mean women, I mean your reflection to who you are as a person. You're gonna get it in a different rep, just a different name and a different rep, yeah. Unless you do this inner work, you know, this inside job, inwards, not outwards, because everything that happens to you is by definition your responsibility. And there's another saying that he told me that I want to share with you, and with that I'm gonna finish the video. Everything based on that sentence. He said no one has the ability, the right, or the mandate to operate within my personal space unless I let them do so. Okay, and this is an important anecdote at the end. Unless you let them do so. And by extension, that means that you let them do so. So instead of blaming them for what they did to you, and instead of going out there and look for another person that maybe will do better for you, start looking within yourself and try to understand what made it happen in the first place within you. And only then you can outgrow that old version of you and attract to yourself someone that is equally to who you are. Because again, in a relationship, you attract yourself. You attract who you are. It's like a mirror, you know? And you want to attract someone with the same set of values as you have. But if you don't blame it on them, because they are who they are. But you need to understand that you are who you are also, and maybe you are not who you think you are. And you just need to go into a deep dive inwards. And that's it. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. I'm on my way to the gym. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna start doing more of these videos now. Maybe not driving because it's a bit dangerous, but maybe from my home. Anyway, I see you guys in the next video. Cheers.